Hey folks, welcome back to Marvelous Videos, where today we're looking at one of the most popular independent entertainment companies in America, A24. A24 has gained popularity among cinephiles with their unique, out-of-the-box movies, with plots that are, for lack of a better word, bizarre. Their movies, like Everything Everywhere All at Once and 8th Grade, are hits among common audiences and critics. Their genres range from the horrific, Hereditary and The Witch, to the funny, On the Rocks and Zola. It's no surprise that movie fans keep an eye out for their entertaining movies. If you're one of those fans, we've got you covered with a list of 13 movies that are about to be released under the banner of A24. We'll tell you everything we know about these movies, from the plots to the release dates. Let's begin. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Death of a Unicorn. Death of a Unicorn, directed by Alex Sharfman, takes supernatural comedy and horror to another level. Paul Rudd stars as Elliot, a caring dad who works for the Leopolds, a ridiculously wealthy family running a pharmaceutical empire. On the way to their mansion with his daughter Riley, played by Jenna Ortega, Elliot hits a unicorn with his car. Yes, an actual unicorn. Thinking it's lifeless, they load it into the car. But Riley notices something unexplainable in its eyes, something she can't even put into words. When the Leopolds find the unicorn, they jump straight into experimenting on it. Turns out, unicorns have healing abilities, and the Leopolds discover it can cure just about any disease, even cancer. They're thrilled, already imagining the fortune they'll make. But then a second unicorn shows up, and this one isn't here to mess around. It's dark, ferocious, and nothing like the gentle image of unicorns we're used to. With sharp teeth and massive horns, it attacks their lab. The trailer doesn't reveal much about this creature, but you can't help but wonder, what is it? A parent? A mate? Something else entirely? The movie hits theaters in 2025, and it looks absolutely wild. What do you think?
I'm starting to suspect something.
Parthenope. Set to release in the US on the 7th of February 2025, Parthenope is a delightful Italian-English film. Set in sunny Naples, it's a collaboration of Italy and France. Parthenope premiered in the 77th Cannes Film Festival on 21 May 2024. Writer-director Paolo Sorrentino teases that the titular character is someone who has the same name as her city, but is neither a siren nor a myth. Parthenope is a coming-of-age film, with the trailer showing the same joie de vivre that one can only experience in the throes of one's youth. It's the feeling you have when you know that the world is just an oyster in the palm of your hand. The plot follows Parthenope, played by Celeste Dalla Porta, as she carelessly leaves behind broken hearts. Parthenope's trailer promises an interesting storyline, with dialogues like, "I don't know anything, but I want everything," stealing away our hearts and leaving us wanting more. The Legend of Ochi. The Ochi are monstrous chimp-like creatures that have terrorized humans for years on a small island in the Black Sea. The children of this island are trained from a young age to fight against the Ochis. A baby Ochi gets separated from its pack and finds Yuri, a young girl. Yuri starts on an adventure to reunite the baby Ochi with its pack, not heeding the advice of the elders, who advise her to leave it alone, as it has the strength to tear her apart. Meanwhile, her friends and trainer assume that Ochi has kidnapped Yuri and set out to rescue her. This is the premise of The Legend of Ochi, which stars Willem Dafoe, Helena Zengel, and Finn Wolfhard, and is directed and written by Isaiah Saxon. The Legend of Ochi is completely shot in Transylvania and is full of mesmerizing landscapes. The Ochis were created with an exceptional combination of animatronics, CGI, matte paintings, and puppets. The Ochi was actually a puppet manned by 7 puppeteers. This adventurous movie is all set to be released on February 28, 2025.
Why are they mourning Uncle Fred?
On Becoming a Guinea Fowl. An international co-production between Zambia, the United States, Ireland, and the United Kingdom, On Becoming a Guinea Fowl is written and directed by Rungano Nyoni. The movie begins with a Zambian woman named Shula discovering the body of her uncle Fred in the middle of the road on a dark night. As she begins to process the loss of her uncle, Shula also begins to discover the buried secrets of her family. As Shula and her cousin Nsansa arrange his funeral, conflicts arise due to Uncle Fred's past as a sexual predator. The movie premiered at the 2024 Cannes Film Festival and competed in the Uncertain Regard section. Rungano Nyoni bagged the prestigious Uncertain Regard Best Director Award for this movie, whose US premiere date is set to be 7th March of 2024. The movie is a dark comedy as it deals with aspects of grief and trauma in a no-nonsense manner. The trailer doesn't reveal much of the plot and increases our anticipation for this award-winning movie. Marty Supreme. With a star-studded cast consisting of Timothée Chalamet, Gwyneth Paltrow, Penn Jillette, and Fran Drescher, Marty Supreme is directed by Josh Safdie, who also wrote the script with Ronald Bronstein. Considered A24's most ambitious movie yet, Marty Supreme still doesn't have a trailer, but is set to release in the Christmas of 2025. Although inspired by Marty Reisman, the popular American table tennis player, this movie is far from a biopic. According to some sources, this movie doesn't tell the real story of Marty's life and is a fictionalized version of events. Olympian and ping pong pro Wei Wang was brought in to coach Chalamet for the role in the movie. Chalamet's mustache and Tyler, the creator's acting debut, have attracted considerable attention to this mysterious movie. Highest to Lowest. Spike Lee is all set to release Highest to Lowest, a remake of the Japanese hit High and Low, in the spring of 2025. High and Low was released in Japan in 1963 as Tengoku to Jigoku, which literally translates to Heaven and Hell. Directed by the legendary Akira Kurosawa, the movie was loosely based on the 1959 novel King's Ransom. High and Low told the story of Kingo Gondo, an executive in a shoe company whose son was kidnapped for a hefty ransom. But in their hurry, the kidnappers had accidentally taken Gondo's driver's son instead. Gondo, although hard-pressed for the ransom, pays it to save the child. The movie is a crime drama, as it follows the investigation to capture the kidnappers, while Gondo struggles with issues in his work, where people are trying to force him out. In the climax scene, the jealous kidnapper breaks down to Gondo about feeling envious of his house, but Gondo leaves, a happy man satisfied with his life. However, High and Low is just an inspiration to Highest to Lowest, and will diverge a lot from the original plot. Very little information is available with regards to the movie, but one thing we can rely on is the expertise of the one and only Spike Lee, who rarely misses the bullseye with his films. With the award-winning combination of Lee and Denzel Washington, stars of the movie also include Ice Spice, A$AP Rocky, and Jeffrey Wright. The theatrical release will soon be followed by an OTT release on Apple TV+. If you can't wait for the release, head on over to Max, where you can catch High and Low streaming, which is sure to satiate you till the movie's release. The Backrooms. Yeah, you heard it right. The creepypasta of The Backrooms is getting a movie in 2025. 4chan and Reddit users initially popularized the backrooms, photos of places where something feels off. As people began to share pics of these backrooms, an urban legend was created that these rooms can be easily slipped into, but their exit is nearly impossible to find, and people are trapped inside. The urban legend reached greater heights when YouTuber Kane Parsons directed a found-footage series called The Backrooms. The series focuses on a fictional research institute called Async, which discovers the backrooms. Thanks to this discovery, missing persons cases skyrocketed, and the series focuses on different aspects and anomalies of the creepy backrooms. With 21 episodes, The Backrooms won over the hearts of netizens. Now, Backrooms is getting a full-length film with Kane Parsons returning to direct it. Parsons is co-writing the script with Roberto Patino, and the movie is tentatively set to release in 2025. As fans of liminal horror, we eagerly await the trailer of this much-anticipated film.
We have enemy on our building and all surrounding buildings.
Roger that. Stand by. Going hot.
Warfare. As the name suggests, Warfare is an A24 war movie set to be released in 2025, with an ensemble cast of Will Poulter, Kit Connor, Noah Centineo, Joseph Quinn, and Charles Melton. The movie is written by Ray Mendoza, who is a former U.S. Navy SEAL. The movie is drawn from his personal experiences and follows a platoon of Navy SEALs as they carry out a mission in insurgent territory. Mendoza is co-directing this movie with Alex Garland. The movie shows the bleak and horrific side of war as the SEALs face terrible weather, injuries, and enemies. Although the trailer doesn't specify the location of this high-stakes mission, many have laid their bets on Iraq, as Mendoza has previously served in Ramadi, Iraq. In 2006, the peak of the Iraq War, Ramadi was torn between al-Qaeda forces and the joint military forces of the US and Iraq. Fought over 8 months, this battle saw the first death of a US SEAL on Iraq soil. History enthusiasts are sure to get their fill in this movie if it's truly based on the Iraq War. The Smashing Machine. A wrestler and mixed martial artist, Mark Kerr, has led an illustrious life. Perhaps A24 intends to honor his legacy, as they're coming out with his biopic, aptly titled The Smashing Machine, in 2025. If you're a true fan of Mark Kerr, you will remember his HBO documentary, which was also called The Smashing Machine, which detailed his life in the Vale Tudo Championship, the UFC, and Pride FC. The documentary also peeked at his personal life and relationships with his family and friends. The movie, written and directed by Benny Safdie, stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Kerr and Emily Blunt as his then-wife Dawn Staples. Pictures of Dwayne Johnson as Mark Kerr have been making the rounds on the internet, and props to the makeup team. He's the spitting image of Kerr. Since Dwayne Johnson has primarily been appearing in comedic movies, this genre shift could be what turns his acting career for the better, as it could showcase his range. With both cinephiles and fans of wrestling and MMA on tenterhooks for this movie, it's surely going to be, sorry for the pun, a smashing hit. Huntington. Huntington is a dark comedy film that follows Beckett Redfellow, the heir to a multi-million-dollar fortune, who hatches a murderous plan to get his family's wealth. Glenn Powell is set to star as Beckett. He's joined by fellow actors Margaret Qualley, Ed Harris, and Topher Grace, whose characters are not yet revealed to the general audience. Huntington has also been inspired by Kind Hearts and Coronets, a 1949 film by Robert Hamer and John Dighton. The plot follows Louis Descoings Mazzini, whose mother was disinherited after she married Louis's father by defying the wishes of her parents. Louis, believing himself to be the rightful heir of his mother's parents' wealth, decides to murder everyone before him in the line of succession. Although we aren't quite sure which parts of the plot Huntington has decided to retain, the movie is sure to be entertaining, as Ford has shown his prowess in crime dramas. Materialists. We know very little about the movie Materialists, a rom-com starring the beautiful Dakota Johnson and heartthrobs Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal. All we know about this movie is that it's about a matchmaker, a wealthy businessman, and the matchmaker's ex. We know that Dakota is playing the matchmaker, but who is her ex? Is it Chris Evans, or is he playing the wealthy businessman? Is the wealthy businessman in love with the matchmaker? Is it a love triangle, or are they a throuple? All these questions will have to wait for 2025 till the release of the movie, as all we have right now is a single photograph of the writer-director Celine Song with the actors Evan and Johnson. Hopefully, we'll soon get a trailer to calm our curiosity. Onslaught. Adam Wingard, popular because of the Godzilla x Kong films, is back with another action thriller called Onslaught. Written by Simon Barrett, the movie is set to star Alex Pereira, Dan Stevens, and Adria Arjona. The plot of this movie, according to the IMDb page, is about a mother who lives in a trailer park and has to protect her children as they're attacked by a threat that escaped a secret military base. By this description, we can wager two guesses. One that is a highly trained and possibly experimented on human being, or is an unexplainably powerful creature. Now, whether this creature was created in a lab or crashed onto Earth from a different universe is yet to be seen. These are just my guesses, so take it with a pinch of salt, and let us know what you think the thread is in the comments below. Opus. Nobody does horror better than A24, which is why their upcoming horror flick, Opus, is possibly the most awaited in the entire list. Set to be released on March 14, 2025, the movie has been directed by Mark Anthony Green, starring John Malkovich and Ayo Edebiri. The movie follows a young writer as she's invited to spend time at the house of a legendary pop star who disappeared 30 years ago. Things take a drastic turn as the pop star reappears. With such a titillating plotline, the movie has already pulled viewers who are longing for a good scary watch. The movie will premiere on January 27, 2025 at the Sundance Film Festival, so we can expect to see a full-length trailer by then. Marvelous verdict. Cinephiles, these are the A24 movies you can list in your 2025 to-do list. The wait period might seem torturous, but remember, all good things come to those who wait. We hope we've given you plenty of good movies to look forward to in the new year. Let us know if we missed any in the comments below. Have a happy new year, guys. See you soon. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.